Finland's president is warning that Europe may be in for a long winter when it comes to the war in Ukraine. In an interview with the Associated Press, President Alexander Stubb said a ceasefire is unlikely before spring and urged European leaders to stay focused despite mounting challenges both on and off the battlefield. On a frigid training ground north of Helsinki, Finland's President Alexander Stubb watched volunteers practice evacuating wounded soldiers. His jacket carried a single defining word, Sisu, the Finnish term for endurance and grit. And it's exactly what he says Europe needs right now. Speaking with the Associated Press, Stubb said he doesn't expect a ceasefire in Ukraine, at least this year. He added that while it would be good to get something going by March, the path ahead is far from simple. Stubb acknowledged that Ukraine is dealing with a corruption scandal involving allegations of kickbacks and embezzlement, a situation he warned plays into the hands of Russia. Still, the Finland president urged European allies not to let that derail military or financial support, especially at a time when Russia is making slow but steady gains on the battlefield. For Finland, the stakes resonate deeply. The country shares an 830-mile border with Russia. In the 1940s, after 2 wars with Russia, the country lost about 10% of its territory to Moscow and agreed to become militarily neutral. After decades of neutrality, Finland formally joined NATO following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Stubb also occupies a unique diplomatic role. According to AP, he maintains a close personal rapport with US President Donald Trump, having played golf with him and speaking regularly. He says that helps him convey Europe's concerns directly.
I can explain to President Trump what Finland went through, or how I see the situation on the battlefield, or how do you deal with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And then, if he accepts 1 out of 10 ideas, that's good.
AP also reported that Stubb praised Trump's October sanctions on Russian energy giants Lukoil and Rosneft, calling the move an excellent job. Still, he argues that more pressure is needed, including tapping into frozen Russian assets in Europe to help fund Ukraine and strengthening Kyiv's ability to strike Russia's military infrastructure. Ukraine, he noted, is still negotiating with the US for more advanced weapons systems. Diplomatically, the situation remains fluid. In mid-October, the White House announced that Trump would meet Vladimir Putin in Budapest, only to cancel the meeting days later. Stubb told the AP that the reversal followed a call between US Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, during which Rubio likely realized the Russians haven't moved an inch. Stubb said navigating Trump's swings between pressuring and courting both Putin and Zelensky requires patience. Another form of diplomatic Sisu.
You can't have illusions about things that you would like to see happening. I've tried personally to focus on things such as, we need security guarantees for Ukraine. How to build those? We need a ceasefire. How can we get that? It's been a bit of a grind. I guess you need Sisu in these types of negotiations as well.
Despite Ukraine's recent missteps, Stubb told the AP he has deep respect for President Volodymyr Zelensky. Stubb believes his role, and that of other European leaders, is to act as a bridge between Trump and Zelensky. But when it comes to Putin, he told the AP that only one person should negotiate directly and publicly, and that is President Trump. Meanwhile, all this is playing out while Russia steps up hybrid attacks across Europe. Several countries have reported drone incursions, suspected sabotage, and disinformation campaigns. In Stubb's words, as the line between war and peace has been blurred, and that Russia aims to cause havoc and panic across the continent, his advice for Europe is the same message printed on the back of his jacket. Be Finnish. Be cool, calm, collected, and have a little bit of that Sisu.